Hello everybody, it's Christine and it's time for Mix It Up Monday. It is a hop that we do once a month. I believe it's the second Monday. Y'all just check the description below. It'll have links, it'll have descriptions, all the good things. The sketch this month is from a French blog from 2012. You'll see there's a title. This has like 5 strips of paper, some florals coming off, 3 square photos, a little like sub-journaling spot or whatever. And the idea behind Mixed Up Mondays, you do have to add mixed media of some kind to your layout based on that sketch. And I kind of have it in my mind. And I'm going to think about it, but I think that's what I want to do. Instead of the 5 papers, I may use this guy here. I've been wanting to use this. I've had this brick thing here, and I have this, I got this silver paste. I have gold and I have silver, but I think the silver is going to go better with this. So I'm going to go with silver, I think. That's my thinking right yet. Let's see. I have white cardstock. I have these 4 pictures of my daughter. She wanted to plant a little bit of herbs in our little plant bucket here up by the door, and then we put a few little plants in the front yard here. And I don't know if y'all can tell, y'all, she is not much of a gardener because she's got on her leather flip-flop or sandal shoes. And I had to give her the gloves. And she darn sure don't squat to dig a hole. So I don't think how much of a gardener she is. But she likes plants. So, and I have this collection here. It is called Plant Lady. And it's from Echo Park. And I think it's perfect. And I say I'm not going to do the strips. I might do the strips. What I might do is instead of florals, I might do the brick. In fact, now that I'm saying that, I might do that. I think that's what I'm going to do. I just changed my mind halfway through my intro here. Anyways, so that's what I'm going to do. I need a few minutes. I don't know which of these. I may do all 4. I don't know. I may not do this one because that's not much of nothing. And she's digging in this one. So that's what my plan is. So give me just a second. I'll come back on once I've done a little bit of trimming and getting myself together here. All right, talk soon. Okay, quick check-in, everybody. So I have trimmed pattern papers to 1-inch strips and then cut little fishtails on there. Now, that being said, they are not long enough, okay? I already know they're not long enough. Oops, this needs to be here. So what I'm going to do is I took my pictures here, and I did decide against using this one because I started to try to do 4, but it's just not going to do right from a design perspective. So I've kind of put some double-sided tape to hold these together. And then I took a piece of cardstock that's the right length, for the sketch to catch these papers here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue these on top of this, and then I'll trim this in half so I can split it behind the pictures, if that makes sense. So I'm going to do that, and then also it'll make it a little bit easier for me in a second. I'm going to put the paste stuff here, or I guess more like here, because I got to put a title down here, which I haven't yet figured out my title either. That's the other thing. Maybe I'll call it Plant Lady. That's actually kind of cute. I might do that. So anyways, I'm going to stop talking, and I'm going to glue these on top of this. We'll do the pasty stuff and glue the things and all the things. All right, talk soon. All right, so here's where I'm going to be gluing these stripes down onto that little piece of cardstock. I would love to claim credit for having come up with that idea, but if I'm honest, I know I saw that on somebody's YouTube video ages ago. Not doing the exact same design or anything like that, but I just remember her putting strips of paper on a piece of cardstock, and I thought, well, that is so clever. So in this case, I'm kind of proud to come up with this design, but anyway, I can't swear I come up with it, but it's a really good trick if you have a bunch of strips of paper that you need to really stay in place, but also then end up needing to cut. So anyway, that's my tip of the day. As you guys can see, my cat Saturn has decided to join us. Whatever. She'll hang out there for just a minute. All right, so I've got my strips of paper glued. Now what I'm trying to figure out is, okay, where do I want to put my paste? Because I got my pictures here. I know, again, as I mentioned, the strips of paper are not long enough, but I know my paste is going to go basically in the upper right corner and in the lower left because that's on the sketch where florals were drawn. And so, yeah, I've got my little stencil here. Y'all, I'm not going to lie. I love this paste. It is so shiny and pretty and solid. I don't know how to express it, but I really do love it. It has this kind of strange little swirl in it, and I don't know why. And when you paste it down, you don't have a swirl in the paste, but so it must do something for the metallics, and I'm no chemist, so I don't know why, but it's pretty, and I just love it. Now here I go with my cheese knife. I don't know, y'all. I think when I'm at convention, I think I'm buying an actual tool because the cheese knife is not flexible at all. So it does offer some challenge when trying to paste this stuff down in these little grooves. I mean, it gets the job done, but it's not by any means an ideal tool. So I may look around at convention for a little tool that might be a little more appropriate because I think I've seen little, what are those little called? Little knives or whatever, but they're kind of more flexible. So now I've got my upper right corner, and I'm going to come over here to this lower left corner, and I'm really pleased also with my skill development in the shaping of this stuff. I used to be really bad. It always turned out real square, and you didn't have the organicness to it that really is kind of needed with mixed media. And I'm getting better at that, and I'm really pleased. So when I lift these up, you can see I have kind of these like unfinished looking brick things, and that's my intention. So I'm really happy with this. Now I'll pull that up, and I am going to let this set overnight. Mostly, well, it needed to dry. And then secondly, my husband had gotten off his work, and it was time to not, do dinners and stuff like that. So now it's the next morning, and my paste is dry, and I went ahead and decided to map my white cardstock on a piece of paper out of the collection. It was like a little gingham. So now you're seeing it's framed with that little kind of peachy colored gingham. And now I'm taking my strips and I'm cutting them in half. And y'all, this worked like a charm. I was real pleased with this. I was able to separate my strips, and it's just perfect. I was really, really proud of myself, y'all. This whole layout turned out. The only thing I will tell y'all, them stinking embellishments, I struggled and struggled and struggled. So I cut out, I promise you, it was 12 minutes. I was looking at the video times. It was 12 and a half minutes I had to cut out of me sassing around with these darn embellishments. I did go into my stash. I mentioned to y'all the paper collection is the Echo Park Plant Lady, but I still had a little bit of Simple Stories. I think it was called either Bloom or Full Bloom. It had come in a Flavors of the Month kit for me, and I still had a ton of those little ephemera. Well, to be fair, it's mostly chipboard. But anyways, I still had a ton of that left. And so I've got that up above there. You can see that. And I was actually kind of happy because I had forgotten I had it until I went digging for florals is what I was doing. And I come across that and I go, oh, look at that. I've got little gloves and I've got a little shovels and stuff like that. And all of that was really great. It was more about figuring out how to place it where it looked right. So I spent a lot of time on that. Now here's where I did put my strips down. I've got my pictures kind of glued down, and now I'm trying to slip my little banner pieces up underneath the bottom of that, and that all goes pretty well. Actually, I'm going to slip this up underneath here, and that looks good. And that's what I'm going to do there. And that looks really, I'm really kind of cute. I do add one more little fishtail type deal that's on the sticker sheet for Plant Lady. It says to plant a garden is to believe in tomorrow. I really love that little phrase. And so I end up putting that up on top of those fishtail banners because it has a little fishtail banner at the bottom of its little sticker. But you'll see that in a little bit. So now I'm going to go ahead and get my Plant Lady sticker title here. These are some little puffy letters from Pink Fresh, and I think it's also, that collection's called In Full Bloom or something as well. Obviously, springtime, everybody likes the word bloom in it, which, I guess that makes us feel hopeful. Anyways, I'm going to pull my letters out. It's going to just spell Plant Lady kind of simply. I really like that after I noticed, I don't know why, but I guess the little... I don't know why, my daughter's my daughter, and I don't think of her, quote, as a lady in the sense like she's my baby. And so it's funny when people call her that lady or something like that, do y'all have that when y'all have kids, but they're adults, and you hear somebody refer to them as a lady or a man, and you're like, wait a minute, that's not a lady or a man, that's my daughter. Anyways, that's kind of how I was thinking of this title, but at the same time, I thought, no, it's really cute. So here's where I start fastening around with these darn chipboard pieces. So I have little gloves right there, and I do really like those. Those are too cute. I do have this little tulip-looking flower that came out of the ephemera, and I end up putting that down by the title. I like how that just added a little bit of height and connected it up toward the brick thing. I just think that looks pretty. So I'm happy to put that there. And then I'm just kind of, again, this is where I'm kind of fastening, y'all. So I'm fixing to cut this out because I had those gloves there, and then I moved them, and then I put the little shovel in the plant thing. And then I'm going to end up moving it again. I'm going to move it again. I'm going to over it again. Now, that being said, I don't end up using that potted plant. I'm kind of sad because she did put plants in a pot, but I don't use it. Now you'll see where I've got it, though. I do have my little what is that? Mini rake. It's a little hand rake, and my shovel in the upper right corner. I did happen to have a couple of florals there. Those actually came out of a Hip Kit Club, and I don't remember which month. I feel like it might have even been December, but they're florals. It's okay. You can't tell they're from December if it is. Anyway, I stick those up there with my little shovel, my little hand tools. And in the lower left down there, you can see I did finally glue a couple little florals, my little gloves. And I found a sticker on the sticky sheet that said Happy Vibes. And so I've stuck that there. Now, I am gluing these because while they are adhesive on the back, and I fast around that little thing on a couple of those, I just know they're not going to stick on top of that that mixed media, that paste. It doesn't want to. So I get those two pieces, and then I have this little chipboard flower. I do look a couple, I tried this other flower too, but I just didn't like the way it was oriented, I guess, the leaves or something. And then that little bitty orange flower, I actually put that on the layout, but it ends up in a different spot. So I go back to my little, I try every ephemera there is on that desk though, y'all. And I end up back with my original flower. Is it funny how sometimes your instincts, it's like you pick up the right thing and then you try 57 different things and then you realize, nope, that was the right one to begin with. Now, in the meantime, now what I did this, I don't know. In fact, I may have already done it on one piece, but the sticker sheet does have teeny little words. So on my right-hand photo, I don't know if you can see it real good just yet, but I am going to end up putting a word plant lover and the word happy, but they are so tiny, y'all, and they're on top of the concrete. So if you can't see them, don't feel bad. Maybe you can see them in the close-ups. I don't remember. But anyway, there's those two little words down there on that far right corner. And then here's where, again, I've glued all those pieces down, but I'm going to have to glue down that chipboard flower there. Now I have to put that on top of those little strips up there. And I'm kind of happy with how, oh, I forgot to mention, sorry about this. I did, after I put my paste down, I did pull out some Lindy's Stamp Gang. It was called Gold Sleigh Bells, and I did sprinkle just a little bit of gold sprinkles on the page too. It was just to add a little something. So sorry, I forgot to mention that at the very beginning there. All right, now I'm taking my little bit of foam tape, and I'm going to put that up underneath the end of that little tulip. I just like to add a little dimension right there. And I can't, yeah, I've taken the little orange flower and I put that under the word Happy Vibes. So as I said, I'm on the sketch there was florals kind of drawn, you know, in the upper right and the lower left, and I used the little brick instead of that, but I still added some florals. I like to look at this, and I touch this over and over. I keep piddling with it, and I'm looking. I finally go, you know what? I'm going to add this word birds and bees and flowers and trees. I did it because I did feel like there was a little too much space above that left-hand photo. The sketch doesn't call for anything right there, but I don't think it's so invasive that it sticks out too much, and it's just kind of cute. I like that rainbow, and I tried to put him on there many times, but it just wouldn't work. I took it off. Here's me going back to that little sticker sheet. Oh, here's where I would find the word happy, but it's so tiny. I put that over the word plant lover that I had stuck on there earlier. And that is not actually all I do. I think it's all I do. I turn the camera off, and I glance over, and I notice I have 3 little pearls on my Kaiser Craft sheet. So I decided to add pearls. You can see that right there next to Plant Lady, and then I've got it in the upper right corner, and then I've got it over by the little gloves. So hopefully you can see that. And then I'm also going to show you the shine on this paste, y'all. It's so pretty. All right, well, everybody that's playing along is going to have a link down below, so please make sure you check out everybody else on our little Mix It Up Monday hop here. I hope you guys are having a great day. I've also got the 30 days, best of 30 days sketches going on, so I've probably got 2 videos today. Y'all have a good one. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.